Good evening, friends. I am Dr. Aseem Sharma. I'm a consultant dermatologist from Mumbai, India. Today, we'll be talking about how to take care of your hair during the monsoon season. So, as far as the monsoons go, rain, go away, come again another day. This is not a luxury that most of us Bombay walas have, or for anybody across the nation for that matter. But the good news is, hair care during monsoons can be tackled very easily. You just have to be mindful of what you're doing, and the journey is very, very easy to maintain your good head of hair throughout the monsoon season and beyond. Before we get into the specifics of what we should do during the monsoon period, let's look at what monsoons actually do to us. So, during the monsoons, the first thing that happens is the temperature falls and the humidity rises. What this does to your hair is it makes it more greasy. Your scalp becomes more oily and greasy. Your hair become more frizzy at the ends, and rainwater along with these things also is acidic. So that pH predisposes you to develop fungal and bacterial infections. So on the whole, your hair will become frizzy, your scalp will become oily. If you have a sensitive or itchy scalp, that can worsen, and you are also at a risk of developing bacterial or fungal infections of the scalp. So to tackle all this, it's very, very simple. Let's take each thing, let's take it one by one. For those of you who are blessed, like myself, with an oily or greasy scalp, you need to use a sulfate based shampoo. These are slightly harsher products, but you need to use them for a good cleansing of the hair and the roots. And after that, you do need to condition. So a lot of patients who come to me have this misconception. They have this preconceived notion that just because the monsoon season is on and there is enough humidity outside, or there is enough ambient humidity, that the scalp does not, the hair and the scalp, they do not need conditioning. That is absolutely far from the truth. Like I mentioned, monsoons can actually make your hair more frizzy. So what you need to do is, after every wash, even if it is with a sulfate based shampoo for an oily scalp, you need to condition your hair. And your conditioner does not have to target your roots. It should target the hair shafts in general and the tips. So in some cases, if your hair is still greasy, if your scalp is still oily despite using a sulfate based shampoo, you might have to resort to using products which have ketoconazole or salicylic acid. They come in lotion form, solution form, as well as in a shampoo formulation. But I would recommend that if you can't manage your hair with a sulfate based shampoo, do visit a dermatologist. There could be other reasons that could be triggering your oil production, which can range from hormonal to stress to medications to many, many other things which are going on. So next, I want to tackle situations where you have an itchy or a flaky scalp. This happens in a condition called seborrheic dermatitis, which can worsen during the monsoons. It also occurs in people who use hair dyes which are rich in old sensitizers, not the newer ones, the older hair dyes which were available. So in any of these situations, what will happen is that your scalp will burn, it will itch, and you will get this oozing out of some places in the scalp, or you can get frank patches on the scalp. So this is a myriad of things which can happen when you have an itchy scalp. How to tackle that? Again, right from topical solutions to shampoos. When it comes to shampoos, you have to use shampoos which are daily use shampoos. Classically, we used to prescribe baby shampoos for this, but fortunately in 2020, we have a plethora of products which can be used on a daily basis and which are not for babies. So apart from that, again, conditioning is a golden rule. Again, whenever you shampoo, you should condition, no matter what your scalp is. You might need to find what conditioner suits your scalp and your hair type, but you need to condition any which ways. There are certain conditions in which your itchy or flaky scalp might not improve even after using over-the-counter products, or using a shampoo which you regularly use, or using a conditioner. In that case, again, there are certain infections, especially fungal infections, which can mimic an itchy scalp or which can cause an itchy scalp. There are certain predisposed conditions which you have. There are certain people who have diabetes or hypothyroidism or certain hypertensive medications. These things can also cause excessive itchiness and flakiness. So again, visit a dermatologist if you can't control it on your own, and it needs to be looked at. An itchy and flaky scalp, to my mind, should be looked at ASAP. If you can't treat it on your own, do visit somebody and take professional help for the same. Lastly, to tackle frizzy hair, now that is something that most of you already know, but the monsoons are really going to make your hair frizzy, and that is something which most of us will face throughout the course of the monsoons. And during the rainy season, what you need to do is you need to use a conditioner again. Every time you shampoo, I've already mentioned that because that is absolutely important. When it comes to shampoos, you have to use shampoos which are sulfate free. Sulfate based shampoos, which I told you are very harsh and they can actually strip your cuticles of the little moisture that they do have, making them even more frizzy. So please beware, use a sulfate free shampoo, lots of options available. Use a good conditioner. Conditioners which are used for frizzy hair range from fancy products like Moroccan oil and argan oil to desi products like olive oil and coconut oil. All of them have good results. Totally depends on what kind of product you're into. Some people do just with coconut oil as well. That is absolutely fine. Again, if you're using coconut oil, do not target the scalp, target the hair shaft and the tips, not the roots. We do not want any extra build-up over and above, because the rainy water is as it is going to cause some kind of residue or build-up on your scalp. And the last thing which you can do for this is deep conditioning therapies can be done for this. I would recommend not doing any hairstyling procedures throughout the monsoons unless it's absolutely necessary or you know that it suits your scalp, because a combination of harsh chemicals and high temperature can really be devastating during this monsoon onslaught. Lastly, most of us are still locked down or whatever. Stay at home, stay safe. Look at the positive side. This is probably the best time for you to get your beauty sleep in, to stay hydrated, to pump up those antioxidants, to have a great diet, to get your beauty sleep in, to get a good hair care regime in. So stay home, stay safe, and let's get ready to battle the monsoons. Take care.